3:09 in the afternoon. Welcome back to the Eddie Burke Show here on Smart Radio AM 700 KBYR. We appreciate you tuning in. Rebecca Mansour is here via the telephone from the website conservatives4palin.com. Also in the studio with me is Brendan Joel Kelly from the Anchorage Press, and the latest article is out, and the big picture of former communications director for Sarah Palin now is over in the Department of Law, Mr. Bill McAllister. It's a great lengthy column, or it's not really a column, it's a story.
It's a feature story,
It's a feature story about Mr. McAllister. Rebecca, welcome to the program.
Hey, hello there, Eddie. How are you doing? And hello, Brendan, also.
Hi, Rebecca.
Yes, Rebecca, I wanted to talk about a little bit about the article here with the Anchorage Press. You had to read it. You guys on the website are big supporters of Sarah Palin. What did you think?
Oh, well, we're sorry to see Mr. McAllister go to leave the governor's office. We're glad that he's still in working in government, and he's always, of course, in our thoughts and in our prayers as he struggles with cancer. Those were my thoughts on it.
Yeah, also in the news today, we're going to get more into this article a little bit later with Brendan Joel Kelly here from the Anchorage Press. But also in the news is this issue about David Letterman. Rebecca, your website has been covering this. You have just about everything that's been said on it up on the website. What's the sense? Where are we going? Is this a Don Imus issue, or is it just going to be blown off?
I think it's going to be blown off. I think it's picking up steam. When the National Organization for Women comes out and slams a fellow liberal, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
When Bonnie Irbe, who's no fan of the governor, in fact is a very strong, constant, and almost insanely vitriolic in times critic of the governor, when she comes out and says that Letterman was wrong, that's something. It's picking up steam. People are genuinely upset about this. Even the MSNBC, which is no friend of the governor, when some of their anchors are like Nora O'Donnell are saying this was Palin was right, this is a teachable moment, this was wrong. Now we have two New York assemblymen calling for CBS to fire Letterman.
Yes.
Just released press releases. We have a website called FireDavidLetterman.com.
Right.
Basically organizing rallies and calling everybody to contact his sponsors. His sponsors are beginning to pull out. It's actually very effective, contacting his sponsors. We're actually urging people to do the same. Contact his sponsors and repeatedly contact them, email them, call them. Because it's not okay what he did. It's completely wrong. And if John Imus lost his job over that, then this is a lose-your-job offense.
Yeah.
Hey, Rebecca, I got a question for you. I saw there was an article. It was the lead article on Politico.com today that said, I can't remember the headline, but it was a Letterman, new target of the right, that he was basically being set up as sort of the Rush Limbaugh of the right as a figurehead to attack. Do you think that's what the conservatives are doing now? Do you think he's actually got that level of vitriol against him?
Oh, that's so sad.
Oh, I didn't write the article.
Oh, I know. I mean, that Letterman is like comparable to Rush Limbaugh. That's absurd. Well, this is not just conservative. I just gave you a list of the National Organization is hardly conservative. Bonnie Irby is hardly conservative. A group that we really admire is called the New Agenda. It's nonpartisan. In fact, the person there, I'm sure she disagrees with me on a ton of things about conservatism. I'm sure she's probably liberal. Amy Susskind is the director there. She is completely in support of this. She has come out strong against what Letterman did. There are a number of women that are very upset about this. Like I said, this is not just conservative. Although conservatives are angry about it for an added reason, because they feel that there's a double standard. But this is something that upsets anybody that has children. Anybody that is a mother of a 14-year-old or father of a 14-year-old has to be disgusted by the comments that were made. They were just not okay. And then to turn around and suggest that, it was her 18-year-old daughter that I meant. What in the world is that all about? As if it's all right then?
Rebecca,
it's not okay.
Did you happen to... I watched David Letterman's 10 or 15 minute, 8 minute, whatever it was on his show. some sort of an apology. There was no apology. I mean, Don Imus went and he actually apologized. I mean, he literally apologized. I saw David Letterman going, "Hey, this is a great opportunity for more ratings and more laughs." I mean,
exactly
the crowd was rolling. I mean, he had him going, and now did he laugh himself? No, but you know, it was just the whole way that he did it. I mean, he's a pro. He was making fun of what was being criticized. There was no doubt about it. Brendan,
the question is it in the governor's best interest to keep responding and like go on the Today Show as she did this morning? I don't know the answer to that question, but it's sort of being perpetuated. It's staying in the news because of both of them. And at what point do you drop the fight and sort of, you know, let that not be a part of the conversation?
What if the liberals let the fight? When have the liberals let the fight go? Huh?
Well, touche.
Huh? I mean, jeez. Rebecca, you want to jump in?
Yeah, I don't think it's the governor perpetuating this. The governor didn't set up a website called FireDavidLetterman.com. That was ordinary Americans.
Uh-huh.
The governor has nothing whatsoever to do with our website. This is us, you know. So she was asked to comment on it. She went on that interview to discuss with Gia, you know, what happened in the news with Canada and Exxon, and she happened to have been asked about this. Now, it is somewhat an unfortunate thing because now the soundbite is going to be all about David Letterman and not about her victory with ExxonMobil and TransCanada. So that's unfortunate. And yes, I think that the governor, as a governor, she wants to scale back on this discussion. But I think she is justifiably, you know, disgusted by what's done there. I think Todd Palin has an absolute right to be upset about it. And we're not backing down one bit because we don't represent the governor. We're just ordinary people, and we're upset by this. This is not right. If it happens to her, it can happen to anybody. When is enough enough?
The assembly member is Assemblyman Finch out of New York. The governor had the honor of meeting Assemblyman Finch, a New York legislator, while on her trip to Auburn, New York. The immediate quote below places it all in context, but the entire release is incredibly supportive, and the governor sincerely appreciates it. It says, Mr. Letterman made these comments on the heels of Governor Palin's visit to notable landmarks of, about women's advocates and all. Finch stated these comments and Mr. Letterman's continued degrading comments about women during the explanation of his remarks was appalling. That's from a New York Assemblyman Finch there. Well, Rebecca, can you hang on with me for a minute? We'll come back and we'll talk about the Gia announcement and a couple other things, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, Rebecca Mansour from ConservativeSforPalin.com, Brendan Joel Kelly from the Anchorage Press. Check out the Anchorage Press this week in the lengthy feature story about, I would call a good man, Mr. Bill McAllister. We'll be right back.